Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Let me put that back. All right. What's going on? How are you all today? It's solo day for me today. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. Hope you had a great week. I hope you have a fun weekend planned, something fun and exciting. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about January 6th. Are you sick of talking about January 6th? I certainly am. I can't I can't believe the rhetoric that's being pushed by all these people about how it's an actual insurrection and all this just nonsense, really. Turns out they've got really terrible ratings. Nobody was really watching it, to my surprise. No, I'm not surprised, actually, at all, in the slightest. It's actually quite obvious to me that most people see what it really is. And it was just a protest where you had some bad actors. Ray Epps, for example, comes to mind. And he was trying to get people to go inside, even though somehow they got inside the mag locked door that was opened for people to go inside. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff that they don't talk about in this committee. Another name comes to mind, Ashley Babbitt. I don't know if you remember her. It turns out she was trying to prevent people from going further inside instead of the narrative, which was that she was trying to go inside herself. Granted, she was inside, yes, but she was trying to stop people from going further inside. At least this is what I've come to gather from different things that I have seen, and I have a video that I'm going to show you that proves it. It's from Tyler, USA. He joined Marjorie Taylor Greene on her show, and they talked about it and played a video talking about it because Tyler was actually there where she actually got shot and witnessed the whole thing himself. So yeah, we're going to discuss that. We're also going to discuss how Biden is just a mess. I mean, it's very easy to talk about Biden and how he's such a mess. But my goodness, he went on Jimmy Kimmel. And boy, was it embarrassing. Now, I didn't see the episode because I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not very interested in watching Jimmy Kimmel at all from what I've seen. Fix the audio. Yeah, that should be better. Sorry, my mic settings, for some reason, whenever I switch from StreamYard to OBS likes to completely wash it. I don't know, but that should be much better. You might have to turn it down if you had it turned up. But I got you covered. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, Biden is an absolute mess. He doesn't make any sense when he's talking. Jimmy Kimmel actually cuts to commercial. And to quote him, a biracial commercial, because according to Biden, you don't see biracial anything on the television. I guess he hasn't watched television since maybe when he was a child, before things became a racial jungle. His own words. Anyway, we'll get into it. And then, so I discovered recently, I don't know if you know this, but if you drink coffee, you're a racist. That's right. Coffee is racist. It's riddled with racism because it's a black drink made for black people. I don't know. Actually, the logic doesn't make sense. But, of course, I have a couple articles that will try to explain it to us, and it's kind of silly. Then I have this very interesting article about how Geico, that's right, Geico, the car insurance company, has been sued because of a woman getting an STD from her now ex-boyfriend in his car. The craziest thing is, now I have the article, but I'm going to just tell you right now, they had to pay her. It's just insanity. That's where we are in the world, where you can get an STD for being not smart about who you sleep with or wrapping it up maybe to prevent STDs. But then you can sue the car insurance company if you get it in a car. It's so ridiculous when I say it out loud. I'm just, yeah. I mean, this is a real story. Anyway, let's start by talking about January 6th, shall we? Now, let me remind everybody, I was there. I was there in D.C. on January 6th. It was peaceful. I saw no violence myself. None. Not at all. Not 1 ounce of violence. I sat there and listened to Trump speak all the way until he finished speaking, which on the timeline was after the violence that happened. So the people that went there to listen to him speak listened to him speak. So the people that were over at the Capitol doing the violence and all that crazy stuff that everyone saw on television and the videos that they play over and over and over again to try to really nail home that it was an insurrection, they weren't listening to Trump. They left early to go do what they did. Or maybe they didn't even listen to Trump. I have no idea. The one person I know that was listening to Trump that tried to get people to go over there was Ray Epps. Again, Ray Epps. Where's Ray Epps? Why isn't he being arrested by the FBI? Maybe it's because he is in fact FBI himself. I mean, everyone started calling him a Fed right then and there. Right when he was like, we need to go inside. Everyone's like, no, Fed. I actually have the video to show you. But first, I want to make fun of the Recount. The Recount is a Twitter page, and they are rather left-leaning. And by left-leaning, I mean they're standing all the way over in the left aisle, shouting out whatever the left is, the narrative. You know, they're just pushing that. They posted this, and look at this. Look at this tweet. One of these channels is not like the others. This is an incredible display of self-ownage. Check this out. Listen to this.
Any dissent is intolerable to them. Like, one guy stands up, Joe Rogan, well, I'm not sure that that's right. Bam, let's destroy him. Like, what impulse is that? That's a totalitarian impulse, isn't it?
He's talking about any dissent from the narrative, which, if you look, CBS, ABC, PBS, what is it, NBC, Spectrum News 1, I don't even know what that is, CNBC, MSNBC, CNN, they're all pushing the narrative. Fox News has Tucker Carlson talking about going against the grain and having them ridicule anyone who's going against the grain. Do the Recount, did they even think about it before they tweeted that? One of these channels is not like the other? Yeah. One of these channels sees through the bullshit. The bullshit, which is the January 6th committee, which, to be honest, is a huge waste of taxpayer money. Like, what are they really trying to do? I'll tell you what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so Trump doesn't run again. They're trying to revilify the whole MAGA movement, the whole American flag. I saw a video yesterday. It's so embarrassing. It's of a guy who's at a beach, and he goes, man, this guy just showed up with a beach chair with an American flag print, and I'm like, seriously, like, deranged. It's like, bro, the American flag is amazing. We should love this flag for what this means. That's freedom. You're allowed to actually have that opinion, of course, but I'm gonna make fun of you, and I'm gonna look down on you for thinking that, because that means freedom. That gives us the freedom to do what we want to do. That thing's amazing. That's the reason I have it in my office, because I love that flag. They want to vilify loving America. That's it. They don't want free thinkers. They don't want civil discourse. They want sheep. They want you to believe that you need them to be in power. That's what they want. They want to maintain that power. And maintain that grip of fear. That's what this committee is. It's to remind everybody why they need to be upset at Trump and Trumpism and anyone who wears a MAGA hat or a MAGA beanie. Anybody, you see that MAGA beanie, remember, that's racism. That means they're a terrible fascist, right? I mean, that's really what this is all about. There's no evidence. They claim all this stuff that's ridiculous, that Trump incited the insurrection. And I said at the beginning, I was there. I was there that day. Not once did I ever hear him say anything about being violent. In fact, he said peacefully many times. It's like, we're going to go peacefully have our voices heard over at the Capitol building, because guess what? That's protected in the Constitution. The people that went inside, I've stood by this the entire time. I don't like that they went inside. I think they skewed the narrative. This is exactly what they wanted to have happened. That's why they had someone like Ray Epps out there going, we need to go inside. That's exactly what their plan was, so that they can use it to vilify the entire Republican base. Anyone who votes Republican, you're now attached to this negative narrative that they have been pushing for, my goodness, is it over a year and a half, I guess? A year and a half? Almost a year and a half? We're never going to hear the end of it. What's a real insurrection? Well, I don't know, trying to burn down the country, the Summer of Love, you remember that? It's like they completely ignored that. The fact that there was riots in Washington, D.C. of people breaking down barricades at the White House, trying to get into the White House. But that's because Trump was in the White House, so it's not that big of a deal. I was talking to Ace Arcus yesterday, great conversation, and he was talking about how, and actually Elon Musk mentioned this, the government has a monopoly on violence. And it's never been more true to me than in the past couple years. What they want and what they want to push narrative-wise, if there's violence that helps that cause, it's allowed. You can be as violent as you want, as long as it is for the right cause. And the right cause in their mind is bringing down America, bringing down Republicans, bringing down the Constitution of the United States, which is an incredible document that we need to maintain, because it tells us we have these rights. The government doesn't give us those rights. We just have them innately. Joe Biden actually came out and said, no amendment to the Constitution is absolute. What the hell does that mean, Biden? Are you trying to bring back slavery? You said they're going to try to put you back in chains. Like, those are also his words. So, I mean, a lot of these amendments were great. Would you want to take back the 19th Amendment? Is that the women's right to vote? Funny enough, Savannah Hernandez first brought this up to me. She was like, we should repeal that women's right to vote. Now, I'm not saying that. I think, we're all created equal, men and women. Granted, we are very different, men and women, very distinct differences. But as far as voting, I don't think anything should change there. But, of course, he was trying to allude to gun rights, the Second Amendment, which should be absolute. Everyone should have the right to defend themselves. The state should not have a monopoly on guns, because that's what they want. Take your guns away, but we're allowed to have them. Take your freedoms away, but we're allowed to have them. Take everything from you, but we're allowed to have everything. That's what the whole, think about what the World Economic Forum was saying. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Well, who owns stuff then? They do. The elites. That's what they want. They want you to own nothing, and they want to control everything. In fact, they probably don't even want us around anymore. They want us to die off. That's why they're probably pushing this whole trans narrative, so that kids cut their dicks off or rip their uteruses out and become sterile, so then they can't reproduce, and then boom, problem solved for these elites who want the planet for themselves. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. This is what I feel. This is how it feels. It's what I'm seeing. I don't understand how these people can do what they're doing unless it's malicious. It's not ignorance. I can't accept that. It's not anymore. There's just too many things that are happening that proves maliciousness to me. You know, all these food places are being burnt down. What's up with that? I think it's sabotage. I think it's arson. I think they're trying to drive up the food prices. So guess where you need to go? The government. Well, we can't do it. Well, we're all gonna be starving. Oh, well, you need the government. The government will provide everything for you. You don't even need to own anything. We'll provide it. We'll be the people in control and in power. That's everything leads to that. All the different things that are happening. Inflation is through the roof. It's hitting the highest 8.6%, I believe, since like 1981. Well, what do you think that's going to do? Well, it's destroying everyone's savings so they can't afford anything anymore. So now they're freaking out. They're trying to spend the money while they have it, which means then they're out of money. And then everyone's, what are you going to do when you got no more money? You need the government to come in and save you. Oh, well, we'll step in and provide everything. Again, you will own nothing and you will be happy. No, I do not want to be a kept man. I want to risk failure. I risked failure when I went out on my own to do this show. I mean, I didn't have a choice in the matter, but I feel like I'm making it on my own. Yeah, I've lost followers, but that's okay. I've become such a stronger host, though, because I've been doing this every single day. I don't even take a vacation. Sure, when I get a strike, which should be any time now because I feel like I'm overdue, or when I caught COVID in December, and I was down for the count for a while, but I don't really consider that a vacation. I was miserable. I actually think I do need a vacation. Maybe I should take one. Yeah. Yuri Bezmenov was right, man. Yep, exactly. Yuri Bezmenov was right. I mean, I've heard that line countless times over the past 2 years. And every day I wake up and read the news, and I'm like, yep, Yuri Bezmenov was absolutely correct. This is just a little clip of a certain man named Ray Epps. Listen to this.
In fact, tomorrow, I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go. I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in to the Capitol.
Let's go!
Brand new Trump
I'm going to put it out there. I'm probably going to go to jail for it, okay? Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. What? Peacefully. Fed. Peacefully. Okay, folks.
This is day of.
As soon as the president's done speaking, we go to the Capitol. The Capitol's this direction. He's done speaking. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction. He spread the word.
This is especially suspicious. Okay, now, in the timeline, this happened right here. This happened while Trump was speaking. And this guy, this is a U.S. Capitol Police here protecting the grounds, and there's a barrier right here that says do not cross, or area closed, I believe. Now, he whispers in this guy's ear, you got to get through here. Break down the barrier. I don't know. I'm just assuming what he said. Again, clean MAGA hat. I find it highly suspect were all these really clean, fresh hats. Okay? And this guy's he just disappears. He's not pushing. Oh, there he is. He's pushing them into them. Where is this guy? Why wasn't he number one on their list of people to gather? Do you think the man's still alive? That's an honest question. Do you think that man is still alive? I don't even know. What kind of knowledge does that guy have of who told him what? You know, who he reported to? Would we even be able to find him? You know, is he just in some sort of like field somewhere, you know, with 6 feet of dirt over his head? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Or change his name and move to a different country and they got rid of him. They were like, you did what you needed to do. We got our footage. We got what we needed. You got him to go inside the Capitol. We had our inside man open the door for him so that they went in, and we sold our narrative. It's disgusting. Ashley Babbitt was murdered. I fully believe that. She was murdered. I think there needs to be justice for her. And I actually didn't know this. I saw this clip. I'm going to play a little bit of it. This is from Marjorie Taylor Greene's podcast. And she had Tyler Hansen on. And he's great. He's one of the real reporters. He's going out there and in the field. Fantastic guy. If you don't follow him, definitely follow him. It's Tyler USA. Really easy. At Tyler. Well, let me just pull this up. You can see it. So it's Tyler USA. Follow him. Fantastic dude. Field reporter, self-described independent journalist, PolitiFact, news tips, and there's his email. Really fantastic work from this guy. He was there, and I'm going to play this clip for you because it's 10 minutes long, and I'm only going to play the first couple minutes because they actually show and talk about Ashley Babbitt, and I think people need to know more about it. Now we play the waiting game. Loading. 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 I would love for Hansen to come on my show. I should reach out to him, actually. We've communicated in the past. Let me just reset the page. Yeah, Tyler has done a lot of work for pro-life stuff.
Enjoys to talk about or even address, especially the January 6th committee. And this is the slowed down video of Ashley Babbitt punching the agitator who was breaking the windows. She grabs him with her right hand, pulls him by the backpack, and then hits him in the face with her left fist to get him to stop breaking the windows. And she actually knocks his glasses off. He leans over, and from that punch, when the punch landed, from when she was shot was approximately 7 seconds. So, I mean, she literally grabbed him to stop. She's on video, multiple times, telling the cops to, call for effing help. You guys need backup. We're allowed to be here. And then she finally had enough once the cops shifted over and just gave up that position. And Zachary Alam really began to bash in that window. So she tried to stop him. It's on. There's video evidence from multiple angles of her punching him and then going through the window. And in my personal belief, from this situation and from investigating this over a year straight she wanted to get to the other side of the windows to stop what was going on. You can hear that she's clearly frustrated and flustered with the police inaction. She used to do this herself. She knows the rules of engagement. She knows how police should act and how to do their jobs. And you see her, just getting frustrated over and over again until finally these cops shift and she takes doing their job into her own hands. And she gets on the other side of the window, at least tries, so she can stop. I mean, if you think about it, is it easier to stop a crowd of people when you're in the room with a crowd of people or when you're blocking the only entrance to the crowd of people? And Ashley was a very tactical person. She'd been in the Air Force for 14 years. She had served multiple combat deployments. So I personally believe this was her mindset going into it, and I think the evidence corroborates that.
Okay, and
I'm just going to pause it there. There is a video, but it's basically describing what he just said. But I'm going to leave it there. This is on the Columbia Bugle, which is a great follow on Twitter. She wasn't trying to get in. She was trying to stop people from going further in. Ashley Babbitt was actually on the police's side. She was trying to prevent them from going further into the Capitol building. She was yelling at the cops to call for backup and went to stop them. So when she jumped over the window, it seemed she had every intention to turn around and stop them from going through. instead of staying amongst the crowd where she was in. Now, again, Tyler was there. He has a video showing the entire incident, which they proceed to show. But I think when you really get to the truth of January 6th, everything points to a setup. I believe it was a setup. I think it was agent provocateurs everywhere. You know, they had a BLM activist dressed up as a MAGA member, openly brag about it, go inside wearing all the Trump gear, getting footage, selling the footage for tens of thousands of dollars, went on a news channel that night. I mean, but they claim Antifa wasn't there. I don't know if he was Antifa, but would it surprise you? I mean, how difficult is it to go buy a MAGA hat? It's easy. I was in D.C. There's vendors all over the place that were selling American flags, Trump stuff, Biden stuff, any sort of political stuff you can buy very easily. Every other block, there's a vendor that's just selling knockoff trash for cheap, and anyone can go and buy it. So suddenly, you know what? Let's wear some MAGA hats and cause some ruckus. Yeah, how easy is that? You know, sure. But then you have some actual malicious actors who really want to set the narrative straight, or askew, I should say. I don't know. Ray Epps' hat looked mighty clean and fresh, if you ask me. I do not trust it. I do not trust it at all. Well, to my surprise, the January 6th committee pulls dismal ratings in primetime show trial. What a surprise. They had terrible ratings. Television networks that broadcast the January 6th committee's first summer hearing in primetime Thursday night failed to attract more viewers than on a typical weeknight. The world is watching what we do here, Committee Chairman Benny Thompson, a Democrat from Mississippi, said in his opening statement. America has been expected to be a shining city on a hill, a beacon of hope and freedom, a model for others when we are our best, when we are at our best. Thompson's viewership, however, missed the mark. According to the preliminary rating figures from Nielsen published by the New York Times, more than 19 million tuned in for what was anticipated to be a blockbuster event. While 19 million may seem high at first glance, a look at what cable and broadcast networks typically pull for an average evening reveals Thursday's viewership as little to brag about, especially when all but one, Fox News, aired the live stream. ABC News, a former president, which produced Thursday's show trial, drew 4.8 million viewers. NBC and CBS each pulled just more than 3 million, and legacy networks then pulled about 11 million viewers combined Thursday night. According to Adweek's latest analysis of weekly television news ratings for the week of May 30th, the broadcast network's evening programs collectively averaged nearly 18 million viewers, 7 million more than tuned in on Thursday night's Democrat programming. I also want to add that I've seen a few people ask about Ashley Babbitt and, you know, the Ray Epps and all these things that I'm talking about, and are specifically watching it just to see if the information is brought to light, like if they're going to talk about it. So not all of these viewers think that this was some sort of insurrection. There's a lot of people that are watching it wondering how much bullshit it is. How much is it just pushing the narrative of Trump bad? Anyone who voted for Trump is racist and evil, because that's what they want everyone to believe. I truly believe that. Then you have Biden. My goodness, let's talk about Biden for a second. I got this clip. Let me just. This is a clip from his Jimmy Kimmel. I'll probably get copyright for this, so I don't care. Listen to this.
You turn on. No, I'm serious.
Right, there's something to that. Yeah.
No, but I'm serious. You turn on the TV. Look at the ads. When's the last time you saw biracial couples on TV? When's the last time you saw the way? I mean, people.
When was the last time you saw a biracial couple on TV? Are you serious? Did he really say that? He really thinks that. He really thinks that somehow. First off, Who cares if they're biracial or not? It's like all these people on the left don't realize how strongly they talk about the color of skin and that it matters. That's racist. They are racist every time they talk about it. Well, there's not enough representation. It's like, what the fuck does that even matter? Character, that's what matters. Anyone can have a good character. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. If you're a good actor, you're a good actor. If you're not a good actor and you get a job because you're just a check mark, that's sad and pandering to this narrative that there isn't enough representation. Bullshit. Almost everything's biracial. Interracial. That's what he meant to say. Biracial. I'm using his stupid terms. Yeah, an interracial couple, I mean, it's 2022. Are you serious? Almost all commercials. Granted, I haven't watched TV in a while. But back when I was watching TV, when there was, when I watch television, it's usually Netflix or, YouTube or stuff like that. I don't really watch commercials. I skip through them or skip past them or whatever. Doesn't matter. But, I mean, let's be honest. They want to push the interracial couples as much as possible. And I don't care. It's just sometimes it comes on a little strong. Like, okay, cool, you got your check mark, But him saying this in 2022, it's like, bro, how clueless are you? And then I remember who I'm talking about. Joe Biden. I just asked, how clueless are you about Joe Biden? And I have to laugh because we're talking about Joe Biden here. Let me play the rest of this clip and then another clip because you'll understand that how embarrassing that is.
People are selling products. They do ads to sell products, and they sell products when they appeal to people. This generation is going to change everything. We just got to make sure we don't give up. There's an ability for us to do everything from increase the access to education, healthcare. Look what we did in healthcare. All the.
What did you do in healthcare? What did you do in healthcare, Biden? You made it so if you don't have healthcare, you have to pay more money to the government. You remember that? If you didn't get Obamacare, you were fined. You had to have, or else the government came after you. Like, fuck Biden. Well, healthcare? That's what you're going to talk about? Dude. The whole healthcare system itself is a big, huge scam. All it does is make insurance companies crazy money with Big Pharma. They work together to gouge you, the person at the bottom. Well, they're like, ha, ha, ha. We did great for healthcare. No, you didn't. You were terrible. Oh, man. And then there's this clip. This one's even worse. I can't even believe it gets worse, but it does. Listen to this.
No question. So there's a lot of major things we've done. But what we haven't done is we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is...
Go on.
Let me say another way.
Well, see, that's kind of perfect. Yeah, we haven't been able to communicate it.
Look,
Jimmy Kimmel is totally... He had to have been paid for this. He had to have been paid to, like, all right, look, he's probably going to blumber around a lot, all right? You gotta try to, like, help him along, because that's what we do.
Look how the press has changed. Mm-hmm. Look how the press has changed.
It has changed. Oh, listen, I get it.
I know you overstand it. Yeah. You don't just understand it, you overstand it. Difficult now.
You don't just understand it, you overstand it.
It has changed. Oh, listen, I get it.
I know you overstand it. Yeah. You don't just understand it, you overstand it.
I understand what you're saying. No, you overstand it. Actually, he didn't even say, he said, I get it. He's like, oh, you understand. No, you overstand. What the hell is this guy talking about? He's coming up with his own words that don't even make sense.
But here's the deal.
You know what he was basically saying? You overstand. Everyone else doesn't understand. You know, he's he was basically saying like, oh, well, you're catering to me, so you get it. All right, so you overstand, which, man, just saying it just feels wrong. So you get it, but everyone else doesn't get it. That's really what he was saying.
One of the things is that it's very difficult now to have a, even with notable exceptions, even the really good reporters, they have to get the number of clicks on nightly news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to be honest here. I love this. I love what he just said, because you realize what he was just doing? He was just admitting that the legacy media sensationalizes bullshit. January 6th committee, we were just talking about it. The main reporters, like the legacy reporters, I'm trying to force myself to not say mainstream media because I don't think they are anymore. DeSantis said legacy media, and that's what they are because it's a dying breed. The legacy media reporters do exactly what Biden just said. You know, he's got a really strong track record of saying the quiet part really loud and stupidly. You know what I'm talking about? Salute the Marines, or the greatest. I actually can't fraud. I'll just say fraud agency ever assembled. Like, he said that before the election. What? Those are his words. He said that shit. So this guy says the quiet part loud a lot. So when he's saying here, you know, look at the news. I mean, these people have to they sensationalize everything. Yeah, they do. In the worst possible way, to stoke fear and push their narrative. And you're a part of it, Biden.
So instead of asking a question, anyway, it just everything gets sensationalized.
Yeah.
In ways that, but I'm convinced we can get through this. We have.
He's like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to say it. I'm like, wait, I gotta. You know, he had a brain fart right there.
To get through it. And one of the things, look.
I'm going to take a break, and then we'll talk a little bit more, if you don't
blame
mind.
you.
I'm sorry. We have some of those commercials. We have some biracial commercials we need to show.
We got some biracial commercials. They cut to commercial. It was so embarrassing. They had to cut to commercial because Biden was getting lost. But he's an old man. This man should not be president. My goodness. I cannot believe Biden is the president. Yes, he is the president, all right? I'm not one of those, he's not my president. Like, he's the president, all right? I face the truth, but it's embarrassing. But one thing that he said on this show that, of course, they're not pushing that video around, is that there's going to be a mini revolution. What the hell does that mean, Biden? Now, he was talking about Roe v. Wade, if it gets overturned. Here's an article. Biden predicts mini revolution in November if SCOTUS overturns Roe v. Wade. I don't think so. And this sounds like an absolute threat. President Biden said in an interview broadcast late Wednesday, predicted a mini revolution in November's midterm elections if the Supreme Court overturns the landmark 1973 decision in Roe v. Wade, which enshrined abortion across as a constitutional right. During the interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Biden said overturning the court precedent would be ridiculous and would motivate turnout in November's elections. I don't know if you know this, but someone just tried to murder Brett Kavanaugh, a sitting Supreme Court justice. We have all these people basically saying, you don't know what's about to happen. Who is it? Adam Schiff? No. Who was the guy who said you don't know what's coming? I think it was Adam Schiff. Let me just check. Let me just see his face. Chat. Who was the guy who said, you know, if you do this, you have no idea what's coming. All right. All we're hearing from the Democratic side are, you can't do this or else. Period. Or else. Because guess what? Someone actually is listening. Chuck Schumer. Is that it? Yeah, it was Schumer who said it. Let me just see. Yeah, Chuck Schumer. Thank you, guys. Yes, that Weasley-looking man. Yo, so Chuck Schumer straight up said, you know, if you do this, you are unleashing like a shitstorm. And it's like, they haven't even done anything yet. But even if they did, it's the Supreme Court. It's their choice. We've talked about this on the show before. It's like they don't make laws. It was kind of a bad law, Roe v. Wade. You know, look, I don't care what you think about abortion. I do feel like my viewpoints have changed significantly on it in the past couple years. I'm becoming much more conservative than ever before in my life, especially as I grow closer to being a father myself. And what is it they keep saying? Oh, right, inciting insurrection. Or actually, he said erection, didn't he? Was it Schumer who said? One of those guys said inciting an erection. Trump incited an erection. It's pretty funny every time I think about it. It's hilarious. These people don't give a shit. They want their, as I said earlier, they have a monopoly on violence. They want the violence being done in their name, because if it's promoting their narrative, they're okay with it and will protect that violence. Look at all the DAs across the West Coast, Soros-backed DAs. Yeah, letting all the criminals out, decriminalizing all this stuff so that it feels like the Wild West with less guns. I feel like the Wild West might have been a little more civil than what's going on. I mean, there's all these videos of people just going in and just filling bags full of shit and just leaving. Like, that's not civilized. Yeah, we're moving towards a non-civilized world, and it's just shit. Chuck Schumer absolutely pushed someone needs to kill these people. And then someone actually went to go do that. That's his fault. That's him actually inciting a murder, an attempted murder of a sitting Supreme Court justice. That's craziness. And Biden's out here saying there's going to be a mini revolution if they do this. That's a threat. That's the sitting president threatening the Supreme Court justices. If you do this, there's going to be a revolution. Excuse me? This man should have been impeached many times over for all the random things and different things, Afghanistan, inflation, man, sending our money to Ukraine. I mean, I just think that's a horrible idea. I'm not for that, by the way. I want America to take care of America. We got fentanyl coming across the border. We got people from Russia now coming across the southern border. Like, everyone's coming across the southern border. Like, oh, America's wide open. We could just come in for sure. Like, yeah, all right. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars so that your wife, who I wanted to have live with me in America, going through the proper process, is very expensive to actually get a green card. I know, because I actually did that. So I went through the legal route. Had I known, I could have just had her walk across the southern border and become a citizen. Like, man, would have been way easier. I would have saved a lot of money. And I need it now, especially because of inflation. I'm sure everyone's feeling inflation right now. Dude, fuck Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. And fuck the Democrats. I'm sick of it. Seriously, I'm at my wit's end with this stupid narrative. You know, watching the January 6th committee, all they're doing is just jerking each other off with their mutual hate of Donald Trump and anyone who likes America and the American flag. That's what they're doing. It's a circle of jerks, just loving each other, hating on others. That's what it is. It's a bunch of hate, and they claim to be the side of inclusion and love. It's like, hell no. The most hate I see coming from anyone is from the left. Unless they're in drag, and then they're trying to be as nice as possible to children to indoctrinate them. Of course, I'm fed up with that bullshit also. Man, I am just... seriously, I'm coming to... I just have no more patience for bullshit anymore. I've lost my patience. I've lost it. He's a terrible president. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some funny shit. Let's talk about how coffee's racist. That's right. You like coffee? Racist. I got a coffee company? Racist. Everyone's got a coffee company now. You know, I don't push my coffee company as much as I probably should, but I don't care. It feels wrong. I want people to naturally find my coffee company and enjoy good coffee when they try it. You know, I'm not a slut. Jeremy, talking to you. Yeah. But anyway, that coffee, I think it's so silly when you call something that's just a normal commodity for everybody some sort of racist thing. And people are going hard in the paint. Now, I saw this from Neo Unrealist. Shout out to Neo Unrealist over on Twitter. Posts a bunch of awesome stuff. Weren't I first? Yes, I was. That's right. I started a coffee company. None of the other YouTubers are doing it. And suddenly, I always have to say, Nerdrotic, totally different situation. That's a coffee company that loves Nerdrotic and reached out to him and said, we're honoring you by making a Nerdrotic blend. Totally different. You know, that's not Nerdrotic making coffee. That's someone reaching out to him saying, I really want to make a blend for you. Can we do that? Like, can we work together? And he was like, hell yeah. So, like, I don't blame Nerdrotic at all. Jeremy, whatever, dude. I don't care. He's going to do what he does. And that's it. So, anyway, I love my coffee. So, check this out. Coffee has a racism problem. I don't know if you know this, but it's certainly racist. Let me get rid of that. Coffee. Being silent is being complicit. I've read these words on protest signs in op-ed pieces about everything from food writing to fast fashion and social media posts every day this past week, and have also wondered where my own personal responsibility and business fit in. So I'm speaking up. Oh my God. As a coffee professional, an advocate for social justice in my local community, and in my trade practices as a coffee buyer, I can no longer be silent about the systemic injustice and racism that I see every day in the coffee market, and how we, the global we, define good coffee is part of the problem. It's something we're rarely asked to think about. How did coffee, a product that requires multiple transformative processes from seed to beverage and travels thousands of kilometers from tropical countries to hipster coffee bars, and drive-thrus and home espresso machines, get to be so cheap? The answer is simple, as it is shocking. Slavery. The lack of questioning or care for those who produce the coffee you drink. Now I'm going to add the fact that all of my coffee beans are fair trade. Every single bean, from the time it's on the plant till the time it's in your cup, everyone is paid appropriately. So maybe they're talking about Starbucks or brands that don't give a shit about the line of where it comes from all the way to your cup. But that's one of the biggest things about my coffee. When I started it, I was like, it has to be fair trade. Obviously, coffee beans don't come from America, so I can't do American-made coffee. My coffee mug, of course, is in fact American-made, but, you know, coffee comes from where coffee comes from. Costa Rica, Peru, a lot of South American countries. So this is just, I mean, if this is true, it's coffee companies that don't give a shit. Which, why are you supporting those companies anyway? The coffee's probably trash. The coffee was probably roasted months ago and is sitting on a shelf for who knows how long. And is it fair trade? I don't know. Am I mad at Ricada for hosting the recording? No way. Why would I be mad at that? That's such a silly question. Of course not. A Starbucks sign. Of course, this is from The Guardian. So keep that in mind. Coffee shop racism, where America's racial divisions are exposed. Many say the Starbucks incident exposed discrimination that people of color and black people in particular face every day. Oh my goodness. When 2 black men were arrested in a Starbucks store in Philadelphia in April, it prompted a national debate. The coffee chain swiftly announced it would close 8,000 of its U.S. stores Tuesday, 29th of May, so staff could undergo racial bias training. Now, I believe this was last year. Is there a year on this? Oh, this is from a couple years ago. Many believe such incidents do not happen. Only it happened at Starbucks. Businesses across the U.S., some say, are guilty of behavior so commonplace it is starting to be given its own term. Coffee shop racism. Coffee shop racism. My goodness. I mean, I'm just... Are you tired of this? Can I ask you guys, aren't you tired of this crap? It feels like any chance they get to try to push this America is racist, they do that. You know, Biden, he said he said biracial, but when there's no interracial commercials, you don't see them. What the hell are you talking about, dude? You're crazy. Or he's lost it. I think the latter is more true. Coffee shop racism. They go on to talk about gentrified neighborhoods. Now, I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Bed-Stuy, where it was not gentrified, but I would go through Williamsburg. I actually worked in Williamsburg for a long time, printing skateboards, actually, for a skateboard company. And so I frequented the Williamsburg area and watched it become gentrified. Because I lived in New York since 2003, and New York was a very different place in 2003. You know, Manhattan was, becoming one big strip mall island. That's lower Manhattan, I should say, because once you get up to Harlem and above, then it's more neighborhood-like. But, it started... I lived in Astoria. I lived in Long Island City, which is right over the border in Queens. And I watched how all of these places were getting taken down. 5 Points, for example, was like a really cool artistic graffiti spot that just was torn down. I think there's no, it's not a mall. I don't remember what they put up instead. I moved out of that area before 5 Points was actually destroyed, but it was the essence of New York is just so gone. And the gentrification, it's not a racist thing. That's they're going to try to push that. It's like they talk about how the people of the community aren't connecting with like the new people that are moving in. It's like they don't realize that it's the elites, it's the people that have all the money that are buying all the places that don't give a shit about the community. They see a cool spot and they're like, well, we got to buy in there. That's why Vice was there. Vice was in Williamsburg. Yeah, New York City is gross. I'm so glad I don't live in New York anymore. Honestly, I couldn't be happier living out in the middle of nowhere, next to a river, next to a forest, next to nobody else. But I've got gigabit internet, and that's the key. So I got gigabit internet, and I love where I'm at. And I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything. I had opportunities. I don't want to get into that, but one thing that I know is that having a coffee company, I drink good coffee, and I provide good coffee, good coffee for you. I mean, that's really what I want. I want you to have good, fresh coffee. Hey, if you like Quartering's coffee and you want to drink that, that's good. Sure. I want you to have good, fresh coffee. Now, of course, I would prefer if you drank my coffee. I was, in fact, first. Mine was established in 2020. It seemed like someone jumped on the coffee game to just try to, saw it was a good market and people were spreading the good coffee word, and they're like, oh shit, I should jump on that bandwagon because I jump on every single bandwagon. Do I have chickens? Not yet. I don't have chickens yet, but I do have a chicken coop. I need to build a fenced in area because I don't want foxes or anything coming to eat my chickens. I want to protect them. So I have to build like a nice, I don't know, outdoor area for my chickens. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that. Yeah, he says Adam's coffee is legit. Well, I appreciate that. I like my coffee a lot, but it's racist. So you're a racist. You admitted you drink coffee. So officially you're a racist now. Anyway, coffee wars. There's no war. I don't care. I'm not trying to fight. I honestly, from the beginning, I started my coffee company because I wanted good coffee, and I had a platform, and I could let everyone know about good, solid coffee. And then, of course, Benjamin just mentioned Commodore's Reserve. If you drink Commodore's Reserve, you're not only supporting me, you're supporting veterans, which I don't know if you watched my stream with Coda Vets on Tuesday. We raised $700 for veterans, which is just awesome. I really appreciate anyone who supported that day. Really huge day for us. That was a big super chat day, and everyone was coming through just to drop some money to donate to veterans. And they have such an incredible nonprofit for veterans. I had no idea the extent of what they did for veterans. I have so much more respect for Coda Vets than I thought I could have, because I already watched how much she and her company helps veterans. But man, it's incredible. So let me just give a shout out. Coda Vets, please go check them out. CodaVets.com or Coda Vets on Twitter. Definitely check them out. They're fantastic, and it's great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Akeem. I appreciate that. It says, you don't need a coffee war. You got enough battles. Yeah, you know what? Let anyone start a coffee company. That's fine. I was talking to Ace yesterday about competition. The reason I'm not worried is because I've got good coffee. Let competition exist. That's fine. I don't want there to be no competition. I don't want to be stagnant on my good coffee. I want my coffee to speak for itself, and I think it does. Right? Competition is absolutely a must. We need competition amongst everything. Man, what a fantastic conversation yesterday. If you did miss yesterday's show with Ace Archist, he really broke down what anarchy is and how we're all pretty much anarchists. And yeah, it's really good. All right, let's talk about this crazy story. All right, so Geico has to pay this woman $5.2 million who claims she caught an STD during sex in a car. This is a real story. This is not a joke. This is not Babylon Bee. This is the New York Post, and they will report on absolutely everything. And yeah. A Missouri woman who claimed she caught a sexually transmitted disease when she had sex with her boyfriend in his vehicle has been awarded a $5.2 million settlement from her now ex-partner's car insurance company. The State Court of Appeals on Tuesday affirmed the multi-million-dollar payout against Geico that had been entered through arbitration after the company claimed errors were made in Jackson County Circuit Court, the Kansas City Star reported. Geico has decided to contest the decision in federal court, arguing that the claim is not covered under the policy. Yeah, I would think not. Oh my goodness. In February 2021, the woman, identified in court papers as M.O., informed Geico of her intention to seek damages after she allegedly contracted HPV, the human papillomavirus, from her then beau in his car. She claimed he caused her to catch the STD when he knew of his condition and the risks of unprotected sex. I'm sorry. How the fuck is this the car's fault? How is it Geico's fault? And how did any judge think that made sense? What? The woman was awarded the $5.2 million payout from Geico after the man was found liable for not disclosing his infection. So if he was liable, then why is Geico on the line? I don't understand. What? Oh my god, this is just crazy. The insurer asked for the award to be tossed out, claiming the judgment violated its rights to due process, but its request was denied and it appealed. On Tuesday, the 3-judge panel found that the lower court did not err by denying Geico's motions, saying the company did not have the right to relitigate those issues. One of those judges concurred, but said the company was offered no meaningful opportunity to participate. Oh, in the lawsuit. Let me finish. It jumps. It was a threesome with Geico. Okay, wait. Let me read that sentence again. I'm sorry, I kind of just lost it there. One of the judges concurred, but said the company was offered no meaningful opportunity to participate in the lawsuit. An existing law relegates the insurer to the status of a bystander. Oh my goodness. This is so stupid. Like, this is just... I just... Humans are so stupid. Really. I mean, that's what... You sleep with your boyfriend. You don't wrap it up. You're not protected at all. You catch something from him. You sue the car insurance company and win? And you win? You get $5 million? I mean, the fact that she won anyway is crazy. But the fact that she sued for $5 million and got it? What is going on in the world? Wow. I just... Squiggle said these people vote. I know, man. Bro. I seriously, there's... Sometimes I read a story and I can't believe it. And this is one of those. I can't believe that there's judges. It makes me think of that conversation with Ace yesterday. We don't have, courts don't really have any competition. So why the hell do they care? Whatever. We're getting a paycheck at the end of the day anyway. Yeah, give them. Geico has enough money. Give them $5 million. Yeah, who cares? Whatever. It's Geico. Someone just said, I can't believe she admitted she got HPV in a Hyundai. That's funny. That's a good comment. That's funny. Honestly, this story, I needed a good laugh though. I needed a good laugh. When I read this, I just thought, that is hilarious. She's probably going to split the money with the guy too. No, probably not. Who knows? She's going to take the money and run. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, I'm gonna go. So I've got some super chats here. Thanks, guys. Robert Wiles says, I hope this makes Betty smile and Diana Francisco smile. I had my shot to lower my back, trying to rest. Be back in chat Monday. Hope you get my gift soon. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Did you talk to them and they're sending it to the right spot? I did. I do, in fact, have the correct P.O. box now. It's the correct P.O. box now. Just to let everyone know. Lancer says, hi, Adam. I miss your streams on Twitch. I have a crazy theory. Joe is faking his mental capabilities. When he's angry or vengeful, he gets very coherent. But that's also a very common thing with people with Alzheimer's. When they get anger, and ice cream also triggers moments of clarity because they are connected to a past event, and ice cream tends to do that. And anger, you get a shot of adrenaline, you get upset. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think he's faking it. Excuse me. Carnell for 10. Happy Friday, Adam. Looks like 6 more shows until the Crigler Show 400, which may happen to fall on Bay Staff Monday. Anything cooking for episode 400? Inquiring minds want to know. No, I don't know. It is going to be on Bay Staff Monday, which I'm pretty excited about because, honestly, it is my favorite show of the week. I absolutely love Bay Staff Mondays. It is so... It's come together so naturally from, Flawedzilla, Darth Call joining me, and then Quarter Black Garrett moved from Wednesdays to Mondays, Andreas with his very unique mind, and then of course George's Giant Slayer being an absolute G and joining us. It just turned into such a really authentic group of guys that all have great points of view, and we're all we all have our own. We're slightly different, but we all kind of think the same. I just love it. So I don't know. What do you guys want to see? I don't know if I'm not going to play any music. It just doesn't feel right to play music when I have a panel. I know traditionally I would do a music stream where I play some covers, but maybe next Friday I'll do some covers. Who knows? But I am really, I can't believe I'm almost at 400. And you know what? Honestly, you guys are amazing. Thank you all for being here this whole time. Watching me. I see a lot of just the same awesome people that just come and support me. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate it. As I mentioned earlier, I don't want to be a kept man. I want to risk doing my thing, and I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you. So I appreciate you all. Royal Plague says the quartering pimp. LOL, quartering pimp, rolling on the floor laughing my ass off. Yeah. Serious Business says hashtag #1 bean flicker. That's right. That's right. #1. Bobcat says use of the car did lead her to ending up with a medical condition. It's their fault. Their coverage policy wasn't clear enough. Okay. I guess so. Sure. They weren't using the car, though. They weren't driving. They were in the car. I don't know. I just think that that's a really stupid precedent to set. So if someone's, I don't know, sitting in a car doing drugs and they OD, so can the family sue the car company or the insurance company and go after them if they're like sitting in a car somewhere? I don't know. It's like it's a weird precedent because they could have been anywhere having sex, and who's to prove that they were actually in the car when she caught it from him? You don't think they had sex more than once? You think it was only that one time they had sex in the car that suddenly she caught it? Yeah, I doubt that. Bullshit. I don't believe it. I find it highly suspect that they actually passed this through and made this decision in the courts. It's just, don't give them any ideas. Hey, man, I'm just asking questions, Yeah, so, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I got some new whiskey. Not new, it's a classic. I wanted something smoky. I haven't had a lot of whiskey lately, and I'm gonna have a little bit of whiskey. The car was too sexy, someone said. Anyone else drinking? Anyone else having a little swig? Oh, that's good. I got my Crigler and Crigler whiskey shot glass. It's the only thing I drink out of. Man, I'm so spoiled by Octomore. I don't know if you've ever had Octomore, but it's the smokiest thing I've ever tasted, and it's so delicious. Boris Kafifovich, Crigler chat based af every day. Drink Catalyst Blend, world's best cup of bean, brother. Caught live today. Left work early. Spin that UFO, my bro. Hey, good to see you, Boris. I'll spin that for shout. Sejong the Great, what's good? I see you super chatting. Hold on. Spin that. Sejong says, we're going to have to ask the nose if this falls under the umbrella or no umbrella clause of full coverage auto policy. I am curious actually to hear his take on it. I'm gonna send it to him. I'm gonna send it to him right now. Just be like, what do you think of this? Okay. He's probably live because he always streams. It's kind of crazy. Hey, Captain Ridiculous Awesome Sauce. What's up, dog? How's your new job, man? For $10, it says, made it because it's a state holiday here in Hawaii. Missed the live chat. You all kick ass. I'm glad I made it for a wacky-ass show, and thanks for the laugh. Not the same watching on replay. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in, though, man. How's the new job? Is that Jack Sparrow as your... That's definitely Jack Sparrow. Nice. I like your profile picture. Anyway, I sent that to Nick the Nose. Cheers to Nick, because he's just an awesome human being, and he does some great cheers. And I don't see a lot of people cheersing him. Although someone did give him a really quality toast to him. So, and honestly, to all of you, cheers. Oh, that's good. Lefroy 10. Yum. I'm a big fan of that Lefroy 10. Man, I got this new song that I'm finger picking. That's really pretty. I should do a coffee throwdown. No. All right, what do you guys want to hear? What would you like to hear? Ooh, I do like Ardbeg Pyro. Ardbeg is good. That's true. Yeah, Lefroy 10, it's just for the price point, it's not too expensive, but it's still a quality whiskey, It is Friday. Cheers, chat. Subway song. All right. That's a different guitar. The Subway song. This is for Captain Ridiculous Awesome Sauce. All right, that was the Subway song. Where's the 19th century whiskey? I couldn't find any. That's hard to find. Hey, we got another super chat from Sam T for $20. Thank you, Sam. Says, hey, Adam, I'm getting out of the Navy soon, and I am one of 5 that got a religious exemption for the COVID vaccine out of 5,000 that requested one. According to my chaplain, I only got it because of my EAOS data get out. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for your service, Sam. I appreciate that a lot. And I'm grateful that you were able to get the exemption because there is... I got to be careful with my words here. I don't know. A lot of things that I'm seeing out in the world. Captain Ridiculous Awesome Sauce says, thanks. You need an MP3 of your songs or something. Chat still rocks. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me see. See what else anyone's asking for. What songs you guys want me to play? I'm gonna play Freely. Life sucks sometimes, but when you realize it's not so bad, just move along. What choice do you have? You choose where your mind spends all its time. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When you find a smile, naturally, that's the magic, don't forget it. It'll help you see. In the dark, in the night, when you're trying to find your way and you've lost your sight. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. That is Freely. Cheers, everybody. Jack sends a super chat, says, our campaign is running against David Hogg's best friend Maxwell Frost in Florida. Check us out. Give us some love. Well, what do I don't know what I would even say. What do you look for? I know who you're running against. Who's David Hogg? Is that guy that tried to make a pillow company? That young kid that thinks he's cool somehow? I don't know. I'm not sure who that is. Thank you, bots, for coming by. You know your channel's good when you got bots coming in, right? I have no idea. Mr. Squiggle says, did you see Justin Bieber got half his face paralyzed? I know they said it's due to a virus, but sounds like one of the symptoms for getting the something. I was going to mention it, actually. Yeah, but I didn't want to I said I needed a vacation, but I want to take it on my own accord. Yeah. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all if I could find that Hana and that Santra that she's found. I'd pop a cap in Sancho and I'd slap her down. And I really want to say, baby, ooh, and I really want to know, yes, mine. I'm making, yes, I'm going home. My son have to wait till I get back, find a Hana of my own that is gonna love it all. And I feel the break, feel the break, feel the break, and I gotta let it out. Ooh, yeah, well, I sweat it out. I really wanna say, my baby, ooh, and I really wanna know, that's just why I'm making this, I'm going home. My soul have to. I'm still learning that part. I love Sublime so much. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be. I'm already. I feel like I already played a couple clips that I'm gonna get a copyright for anyway. So it's like, Digit says $5 for Sublime. Hey, thank you. That's the first thing I actually learned how to play is Sublime. Darth Vader, hey, what's good? Says, when are you going on America's Got Talent? You're good enough to win. Wow, thank you very much. That is very, I don't know. Maybe I should. Who knows? But, you know, I mean, I want to do it myself. You know, I want to do it. Here's some money to play Wonderwall. I don't know how to play Wonderwall. Sorry. I don't know. Yeah, covers are protected. I know. So I won't be able to monetize the video. But super chats are separate, so I mean, whatever. Who cares? I don't care if the video itself is monetized, because I felt like playing that. I felt like playing that at that moment of time, and I did it. So, too bad. Too bad, YouTube. I'm gonna do it anyway. Colt 45 by Afromine. No, I don't know that one either. I mean, I know the song, but I don't know how to play it. I'm gonna play another cover. Fuck it. Unless you're breaded, you'll play Clapton. I don't know any Clapton, man. I don't know any. And Orange Sea Lion. I like your name though. I haven't played this song in a while, but I'm already playing covers, so fuck it. Get down, good lord. Baby got me going all over town. Strictly bitch, she don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True play away, I can't get her out of my mind. Well, I think about that girl all the time. Well, east side to the west side, pushing fat rides, it's no surprise. She's got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, When she's on, she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it. No diggity. I wanna bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I wanna bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I wanna bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got some bag it. She's got class and style. Street knowledge by the pound. Oh, baby, never act wild. Very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you just how it goes. Herbs the word, spins the verb. Lovers and curves, so fuck what you've heard. Rolling with the fatness. You don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play. For sure to bang bang to look your way. I like the way you work it. Trump tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time. Baby, I could get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I want bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I want bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I want bag it, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. I haven't played that one in a while. Cheers, everybody. For the rare... I just decided to do covers. I don't know. I haven't played covers in a while. I kind of miss playing covers. I don't know any Johnny Cash, Rose. No. Although I would like to play some Johnny Cash because I like Johnny Cash. Yeah, I like Johnny Cash. I should learn some of that. A Tool song? I don't know any Tool songs. I love Tool. Don't get me wrong. They inspired one of my own songs, The Forge. I'll play The Forge actually. You fear what you don't understand and place blame on anyone you can besides yourself. Well, you should be ashamed, 'cause you're responsible on how you handle change. Hold yourself accountable. Define who you are. You define who you are. Welcome to the Forge. Are you the same? Are you different? Burnt on the flames of your existence. We all burn the same. There's no difference. Learn to live with or life. Call it what you will. It's a blessing or a curse, depending how you feel. Are you afraid of what they think? Are you here to entertain? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know where you are? Welcome to the forge. Are you the same? Are you different? Burn down the flames of your existence. We all burn the same. There's no difference. We must learn to live with our decisions. All of them. We must move forward. Welcome to the forge. Oh, it's hot in here now. Whew. My goodness. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, guys. That is so that song, I went and saw Tool when they came out with their newest album right before, in 2020. It was February in 2020, and it was like right before everything dropped and locked down. So I went and saw them. So it was the last band that I went and like saw live, and it was amazing, and totally inspired me a lot. So it sounds just like Maynard. Wow. What a compliment. Thank you very much. That is, I love Tool. I love, I liked Perfect Circle first. And then I started, you guys are also at the show? A lot of you guys are saying, yeah, Benjamin, you saw Tool? Cross-reference, you saw Tool too? Nice. What an amazing show. Holy shit. What a good show. Damn, that was a good show. I am really hyped that I went and saw that. They were incredible. So, guys, that is my show. I'm pooped. I love you all. I will see you on Monday. The Forge put Merlin to sleep. The Forge, he's going to be a rock star. Chell, Merlin's going to be a rock star when he grows up. Anyway, I love you guys. You're absolutely the best. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and I will see you on Monday with the rest of the Bay Staff crew. Peace.